Hello again, kids. I'm gonna play a little Destiny right now. Still sick. Um, Still, not 100%, but I'm getting better. So, probably another day or so. Um, it always happens. Like when I get sick, it's not like a 1 or 2 day thing. It's like 4 or 5 days. But then I won't get sick again for the rest of the year. So, I guess that's a trade-off. Um, So yeah, I was just gonna go back into Destiny and not play as the guy that I was showing you guys before. Either one of them, actually. I showed you the first guy that was the Hunter. Um, the second guy was the Titan. Well, there's 3 classes in the third
All right,
class.
the city needs our help. Let's get to it.
Yes. The third class is the Warlock, so that's what this guy is. But, as with keeping with my theme of really only giving a shit about robots, he is also a robot, because why the fuck would I not play as a robot? Honestly, I don't even know if they really are robots. They might just have, they might be cyborgs. I don't know. And since I bought the DLC, all 3 of my guys got this blue speeder bike. But it's really fast, so you know what? Screw it. It's quicker than the one that I had anyway, so that's good. Oh god, but this guy sucks at jumping. Come on, buddy, get up there. There we go. I wanted to point out that, one of the things that I had heard about this game, like, a problem that I had heard people mentioning about it, which might actually really be true, is that this is not a bad game. It's just, it was way too overhyped. And I don't know if I've already mentioned that before or not, but honestly, I kind of agree. Because I don't feel like this is really a bad game at all. It's not. It's a very competent first-person shooter. I love first-person shooters. They're always a lot of fun to me. But yeah, it was overhyped to being like, this thing is so great, it's gonna fucking, cure all the world's diseases and, end world hunger and all this shit. And it really does not. It's not the greatest first-person shooter in the world, but it's a very competent one. And the real reason why, the real reason that I think that people have problems with it is the fact that it was just overhyped. But at the same time, I was talking to Danny about it, and he told me, he had mentioned that Bungie was really, they're planning on keeping this game going for 10 years or something like that. So, what that means is that even though there's not a whole lot of shit to it right now, if they're planning on having this game run for 10 years, then there will be more. There will be things added to it, because there's no way that they're just going to keep it the same way that it is for 10 years and not keep adding things to it. That's just asinine. Your game won't even last a year if you do that. And Bungie knows that. They're not stupid. They know what they're doing. I mean, they created Halo, and that's a great series. It's recognized worldwide as one of the best first-person shooter series. Not really my favorite, but that's less to do with the game and more to do with the fact that I never cared for the Xbox. I've never had one, and it's not that I think that, because the PlayStation, I'm just solely sold on the PlayStation or anything like that, and it's so much better than the Xbox. The PS4 probably has greater hardware in it, but really, it just came down to the fact that, for me, way back when... Oh, dude, stop trying to shoot me. way back when, I got the first PlayStation, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. You know, there's a lot of really cool stuff going on. And then, you know, some years later, I got the PlayStation 2, which is widely regarded as being the greatest selling video game console of all time. How do you like my spirit bomb, asshole? And I could understand why it would be considered the greatest selling console of all time, because there was so many damn games on the damn thing. Oh my god. By the time I got a PlayStation 3, and I did not get it when it first came out. It took me a while before I got one. But by the time I did get it, I probably had somewhere around 140 PlayStation 2 games, most of which, this is the funny thing, most of which nobody ever heard of, you know? They were just games that, like, that I saw. I read the box, you know, I got a little idea of what was going on, and I was like, okay, you know, I'll give it a shot, see what it's like, you know, and 9 times out of 10, not always, but, well, maybe not 9 times out of 10, let's say 4 times out of 5, they turned out to be pretty good. Hell, some of them were just outright fantastic. I loved them. And again, they were games that nobody ever heard of on the PS2. So that kind of solidified it for me that, yeah, I'm much more of a fan of PlayStation, just because the library is so damn big, and, you know, it was fantastic. But the other thing that really sold me more on the PlayStation rather than the Xbox was the controller. I never liked the design for the Xbox controller. I don't know. Just to me, it seemed, you know, fat and clunky, and just I never liked it. And thankfully, with PlayStation, ever since the sorry about that, guys. Ever since the PlayStation, the first one came out, yeah, their controllers have changed, but not that much. The general size is pretty much the same. The build is pretty much the same, and I always really liked the PlayStation controller. So, I don't know. To me, it was just it was a big selling point for me. Better controller, more fun that way. That didn't do shit. That was really good. I gotta kill 3 of those guys at once with that spirit bomb that I got, and I managed to shoot it off and not hit anybody. The thing with a blast radius of like a mini nuke, I didn't get anybody. Real good. Stay still. What? Who hit me? Who hit me? Who hit me? There you are. So I guess, you know, in a way, I'm kind of more of an elitist towards PlayStation, but it's really not because of the, it's not because the console is better, it's not because I like the company more or anything like that. It's just the fact that I've always appreciated the controller, and, you know, with the PlayStation 2, that was such a massive success that, I don't know, just, it really got me right there. There was a game that I used to play on the PlayStation 2, again, a game that I'm sure nobody ever heard of, and I actually got Danny to play it a long time ago. He played it for a little while, he liked it a bit, but I don't know, I think it just didn't, you know, really turn out to be his cup of tea. But it was a game called Gladius, and Gladius was done by LucasArts, the same LucasArts who have always done all of the Star Wars games. And Gladius had absolutely nothing to do with Star Wars. I saw in the box it said LucasArts, and I was like, what the hell is this thing? Gladius? What is this? What am I looking at? And it was fantastic. It was a it was pretty much a turn-based game, kind of like, you know, kind of like the way Final Fantasy has always been in the past. You got a group of guys on one side, and then you got a group of guys on the other side, and you know, one of your guys takes a turn, and then the other guy takes a turn, and then so on and so forth. But actually, it was more like I don't know if anybody remembers Final Fantasy Tactics. It was actually more like that because you had a terrain and you had to move your guys around and figure out what was the best you know, place to put this guy. Is he gonna really help out the guys on his team, like if I put him there, or is it gonna just screw everything up if I do that? I think I got 3 there. Yeah, I got 3. And it was really cool because it, like, you had to think, you know, but also it was also, well, it was like chess in that way, because, you know, you have to figure out where you're gonna put all your guys. But then you also, it was kind of like rock, paper, scissors, because you had different types of guys. You got heavy guys, medium level guys, and then light guys, you know, lightweight guys. And each one did things, or were like better suited against fighting other guys. So like the heavy guys were really good against fighting the medium guys. The medium guys were really good against fighting the light guys, and then the light guys were really good against fighting the heavy guys, because, you know, they're so quick, and, you know, the heavy guys, they're gonna have a bitch of a time hitting you. They had other types of guys too. I think there was like guys that were like bow and arrow guys, and magic guys, and they were just considered support guys, and they really didn't excel against anybody, but they weren't bad against anybody either. So it really was like chess, but rock, paper, scissors chess. It was really innovative to me. I loved it. And you could, you know, figure out how you wanted to put your guys together and all this shit. Like what skill you want them to use. I want them to attack with like an axe instead of a sword or whatever, you know. It was really cool. And that was on the PS2. And that's kind of what, like, just that type of, well, just seeing how great that was really sold me on, wow, PlayStation's pretty cool. Because I don't believe they ever had that on Xbox. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. I'll take these boots or whatever. But yeah, that's why I've always been more of a PlayStation guy. That, and, you know, the fact that the PS2 had so many great things going for it, and then the controllers. I don't even know why the hell I'm talking about this, but, you know, it was just something that was on my mind. So I figured, what the hell, I'd just talk a little bit. You guys get to watch me shoot shit with my my warlock. He's a warlock who uses a machine gun. Okay. And also, you know, the fact that with Destiny, you know, people who do want to shit on it, well, it hasn't been out that long, and there's only been one DLC so far, and like, you know, Bungie said they want to keep this game going for like I don't know, they're shooting for 10 years. There's going to be more stuff to it, so, because there has to be. So anyway, I'm going to call it right now, and I don't know, maybe I'll put up some more videos of me jumping around trying to hit people with my spirit bomb, and it's not actually a spirit bomb, but that's what I'm calling it. And there you go. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.